Hey there, thank you for watching, and welcome to Forged Alliance Forever. Today I have a 5v5 custom match here on the most amazing Neuroxus map generator. Let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players, starting off with Team 1 in the north, ending with Team 2 in the south. Starting up with Team 1's easternmost player, it is Terasoto going first land. He is a Cybern, and he is a 2000 rated, the highest ranked player on Team 1. To his southwest in orange, the color orange, we have Dimitri going first land as an Aeon. He is a 1900. And to his northwest, zigzagging around the map, we have Smithers going first land as a Seraphim. He is a 1600 in lightish red pink. And southwest of him, we have Lincoln going first land as a UEF. He is an 1800 in imperial gray. And in the northwest corner of the map here for Team 1, it is Peppers going first line as a Seraphim. He is a 1500. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have one of each of the factions at least with a dual major in Seraphim. So that means one UEF, one Aeon, one Cybern, and two Seraphim. Taking a look at Team 2's lineup here in the southeastern corner of the map, we have in emerald green, Shalongdis going first line as a Seraphim. He is a 1300, and his name will not, I can never tire of saying his name, is what I'm getting at. To his west, we have in ruby red Zoom going first land as an Aeon. He is a 1400. And the other 1400 here for Team 2, it is Wuka going first land as a UEF. He is in Pac-Man yellow. In Barbie pink to his northwest, we have Wi-Fi going first land. He is a Cybern, and he is a 2300. He is tied for the highest ranked player on his team and in the game overall. And the player he is tied with is Mr. Beast going first land as a UEF in Rust. Again, he is at 2300 rating. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have one of each of the factions represented as well. But Team 2 has a dual major in UEF tech. So one Cybern, one Aeon, one Seraphim, and two UEF. Let's take a look at the reclaim here before our players scoop it all up and turn it into nice upgrades or units, whatever the case may be. And for 10 players, we have almost 15,000 mass in reclaim, which means that's 1.5k per player. Let's take a look at the mass point layouts there for both teams. And honestly, there isn't a whole lot. I'm very surprised to see no mechs in the water here for the map generator. Don't know why there isn't any, but that's just how it is. For Team 2 side of the map, there is a quad mechs position here near the lake. We also have a dual mechs position in the west. And that's really it for high concentrated mass points. And for 10 players, not a lot of mass points to try to claim, so it's going to be very focused on being very efficient with their mass, as well as going for upgrades really early on and trying to at least aggressively reclaim the other side of the map to deny some mass from their opponents. Taking a look at what's going on here for the comms, Team 1 has 4 players on the move so far, and it does look like there might be... Nope, that's the... No, sir. Smithers is just sitting there building a facility up there, not moving his comm. Team 2, we have 3 players so far leaving their main bases. I would not be surprised to see Mr. Beast move westward to be able to intercept the comm of Pepe's moving on that side of the map. And we do see some drops outbound here from Team 1's Lincoln to grab this quad mech position, as well as grab a nice little T1 naval facility coming online. So Team 1 thinking about getting into Navy immediately. Same thing here going on the eastern side of that pond for Dimitri. We have 2 naval facilities almost online here for Team 1. And Team 2, we do have some priority to naval combat here for Zoom here on this eastern side of the middle. And maybe it's just me, but these look like cats. Now, you're probably thinking, if you don't see it, what are you talking about? Well, there's the ears over here. There's one leg over here, the other leg over here, and it's mirrored on the other side. It looks like 2 cats kind of just stuck together. Kind of reminds me of like Schrodinger's cat, where it's either dead or alive, but you don't know which one it is till you measure it, kind of thing. Quantum entanglement and all of that wonderful quantum mechanic nonsense. We do see a couple of fervors going after this civilian structures. There were a couple of PD, which is why he called in the artillery. He's now going to take out those T2AA so you can fly some interceptors over the top to see what's going on and be able to protect his comm on this eastern side of the map. Team 1's Lincoln just ignoring this position for right now. Isn't really interested in it. And we do see Wi-Fi with his commander going straight for that naval facility. Maybe he'll reclaim it. Maybe he'll reclaim that Tiger Shark that was just built here by Team 1's Lincoln. Wi-Fi does get pinged. I don't know if it's probably from Team 1 saying, hey, there's a thing here. Hey, there's a comm here. Kind of thing. Team 2 has the advantage on this western side just due to the fact that the two highest rated players are on this side of the map. Team 1's higher rated players are on the eastern side of the map. So a little bit mismatch in terms of rating, especially when we're dealing with 2,300 all the way down to 1,500, talking about the western side, and 2,000 to 1,300 on this eastern side. So a little bit of a mismatch there, but it's just the way that the map was designed and how it mirrors one another and all of that. But Wi-Fi going for the reclaim play. Team 1's Lincoln going to lose it. Actually going to go after the Tiger Shark, and his bomber comes over top to deal some damage to it as well to make that reclaim process a lot easier. That bomber just going to continuously ground fire. Now going after the engineers. Oh, looks like he missed, or don't know what was going on with that. Anyway, looks like he's doing fine. Going to drop another payload. Trying to go after that last remaining Tiger Shark. Team 1 loses one of their naval facilities. Team 2 doesn't even have a naval facility online. We do see Zoom going for frontline facilities over here to the east. We do see, of course, Dimitri has a nice little scout of a T1 frigate running around just to see what's going on. We do see a little bit of raiding going down here from the eastern side here for Tersto. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. I know he was in a game. Maybe it was yesterday. Maybe it was a couple days ago. I can't remember what it was. But I don't know how to pronounce his name correctly. So please, if you do know how to pronounce his name, let me know down in the comments. Still, Wi-Fi on the northern side of the map here for Team 2. It is very risky, but he's trying to heavily push back Team 1. He really wants to grab this quad mix position here, or at least deny it. But, of course, Lincoln is there with his commander, and he's not going to allow that anytime soon. Not really a whole lot going here on the western side here for both teams, kind of just hanging out. A little bit of shots uphill. Can't really work that way because of how the cliffside works. But the Thams go around it and are able to take out those engineers. On this eastern side here, we do see Testo pushing against Shalongdas. Shalongdas does have a Team 1 PD, and now Tersto is going for a gun upgrade. Shalongdas is going to move to intercept these units outbound here from him. Unfortunately, that upgrade will finish off and will give him a slight advantage in the combat. But Shalongdas does have T2. So he does have that advantage going for him. He's going to build a E-storage to be able to overcharge, I would assume. Usually you build that at the back side of your base, but maybe he just forgot about it or was focused on other measures. We do see Zoom being bombarded by a couple of frigates outbound here from Dimitri. And still, it's 1v1 here in the water situation here. And both of them are Aeon. But both of the Aeon players in the game are having some spat about some sort of disagreement between who likes the princess more, or whether or not she should have sacrificed herself, depending on what depending on what campaign you play. Depends on what essentially happens with the Black Sun facility. I think the canon one is the UEF, because it's not. I don't think it's. I don't know. I don't remember exactly which the canon event is for. Either the UEF, the Aeon, or the Cybern campaign for Supreme Commander. Let me know down in the comments if you know. Somebody definitely knows. I haven't played it in a while. Actually, a while being, 15 years probably. I probably should do that. I probably should do a series where I do all the campaign or play all the campaign missions. I might do that. Maybe not this week or next week, but sometime pretty soon. Maybe May I'll start that. We do see the Aurora going after those Mantis that were coming in to raid Shalongdas. Shalongdas is suffering a little bit. Mass has lost 3 mexes on this, actually 4 mexes, excuse me, on that side of the map, and has a little bit of a bleeding problem going on this eastern side. Pepe's has finished his gun upgrade, and we do see Mr. Beast with his gun upgrade. Wi-Fi is over here next to Mr. Beast. It's going to be 1v1 mono-e-mono. I don't think we've seen comm-on-comm action as of yet, and Testo looks like he maybe canceled that gun upgrade. I don't really know what happened with that. He was definitely further along earlier. Maybe he had to pause it or move out of the way or something. But we see the first come-on-come action here at 9 minutes between Mr. Beast and Pepe's. Pepe is going to be forced back here by the group of T1 units over here. His position will be a little bit compromised, but it does look like he's getting some reinforcements to assist him. That land facility providing a decent amount of body blocking here for those strikers to shoot at, while his his Zui and his Tham shoot at those units. But it looks like Team 2 is having the advantage here on this western side, as I mentioned, just due to the fact that these are where their two highest rated players are. And now Wi-Fi is going for his gun upgrade as well, so huge amounts of firepower going down on the western side for Team 2. Lincoln now having to cross the little channel. I don't know if the channel ends, because usually a channel goes through all like sets of land, but this isn't a bay. Maybe they'd call it a bay. Moving in to assist on that side of the map. I still can't unsee the cat thing. When I first loaded this matchup, just to make sure it wasn't a desync issue. I just can't. I saw the little ears over here, and I just can't unsee it. And apologies to those who now can't unsee it now that I explained it. Nano repair on the way here for Tersto. He already got stealth, so flying through those upgrades here. He's going to be pretty tanky on this eastern side of the map. This only has T2, going for a couple of PD to defend himself and a shield as well, but very light on the units and defenses. Going for a couple more, of course, but Team 1's Testo now going for some T2 or Wagners. Not even going for the Rhinos or the rocket bots, going for the amphibious tanks, which, to be fair, there is a decent amount of water, so I can't blame him. And now we're seeing Pseudo Navy online here for Zoom, going for the Aurora, but there are, of course, some Wagners here to assist, and unfortunately, neither of them can interact because Wagners sit on the bottom of the water, on the ground underneath the surface of the water, and the Aurora float above it. Navy GG says Zoom. Looks like Zoom says that he's pretty much lost Navy. He does have T2, but his opponent of Dimitri has more destroyers online. And looks like Zoom is saying that is it for the Navy. I don't think it is. Team 2 does have another facility over here for Wi-Fi. He's going for Barracudas. The Navy isn't lost just yet, but I can understand why Zoom would feel that way, just due to the fact that now Team 1 has the bigger Navy of the two teams, but I wouldn't be surprised to see all these Barracudas really rip through this fleet. There are a couple of destroyers with some anti-torpedo defenses on board, but I mean, if he gets enough Barracudas, that doesn't even matter. Or just going for some T2 torp bombers and annihilate that as well. Multiple ways that Team 2 can play this. Team 1 has T3 air online. Team 2 does as well. It is the air player outbound from Wuka, so it's Smithers versus Wuka in the air. No one else on either team has gone even T2 air, so it's just going to be a 1v1 in that field of war. We do see nano repair coming on the way here for Pepe's, and gun damage and range on the way here for Lincoln. We do see Mr. Beast has grabbed a little bit more of a front line, not a front line, but more northern position here, once owned by Pepe's. And maybe Team 1 is trying to lure Team 2's, tied for the highest ranked player in the game, Mr. Beast, into a trap. We do see Lincoln, kind of poking out of the water a little bit. There are a lot of riptides here, and immediately just fire on that comm. Lincoln probably going, that was probably not a good idea. Tons of shots going into the face of that commander. It does look like Lincoln will be fine. Nice overcharge, kills off another one. About half of that army has been taken up, but now they're going after the T1 naval facility, and now Lincoln's going to dip himself back into the water once again. Fleets re-engage here in the middle. We do see those Barracudas online. They're going after those frigates outbound from Lincoln. Team 1 has some ASFs nearby and torp bombers inbound for Smithers. Team 2 doesn't really have a lot of ASFs online, which means Team 1 will have the advantage. And now more raiding going on here for Team 1's Testo, just going after Zoom now. Of course, he's lost this quad mechs position, and now 1, 2, 3 mechs so far. Now it's in its core mechs. He's probably going to lose all 5 of them, to be fair. So Team 1's Testo making the play for the MVP of the game. And Pepe is killed off by Mr. Beast in the west. Apologies for missing it. But it looks like Mr. Beast literally just walked him down. Don't know what happened with that. Don't see any bombers or anything of the like, which means... Oh, no. Yeah, that's just group of units. Maybe those are... No, those doesn't look like... I can't tell what the wrecks are. Sometimes I can tell, sometimes I can't. But I don't see any other unit built up by Team 2 that would cause that much damage just by a couple of bombers. I don't think there was a strat as well. Or these ASFs probably would have pulled away over here. So Team 1 has lost the player. It's now a 5v4 in favor of Team 2. And now the entire economy here for Zoom has been reduced to 3 mass per second. He's essentially been nullified in this game. And now Shalongdis being cornered here, has some PD online and needs to get out of there immediately. Going to build some T1 PD to try to force Testo back. The Utashala is focusing on the T2 units first. That's actually probably the better play. That one completely missing a shot. And Shalongdis now essentially on his own. He's dealt with most of the Wagners with those defenses, but doesn't really have a lot to play with now. And we have a couple of injuries trying to assist with some T1 PD. It's not going to work. Overcharging kills off the rest of those engineers. And now it's just Testo versus Shalongdis. And now more units outbound here from Testo. Still don't know if I'm pronouncing things right. It's going to be a win here for him, and that's going to be a kill from Team 2's side of the map, which means it's going to be a 4v4 here shortly. Literally just the slow kiss of death as Testo just walks him down. Overcharging does give off another unit. Got to 1-star veterancy, almost to 2, and it's not going to save him, unfortunately. Again, it's a gun and nano versus just T2. Again, you best me. Will you look at that? Says Shalongdis. It's now a 4v4. And Team 2 has severely pushed Team 1 on the western side, but Team 1 has pushed Team 2 back significantly on the eastern side. 15 minutes on the clock. I feel like I have to go over mass and what? That was, I saw 3,000 for a second. Anyway, Team 2 at 380, Team 1 at 373. Essentially about the same. Both teams have 1 player missing, so 4v4. And map control, pretty much 50-50, but of course Team 1 does have a huge advantage in the Navy, and I think they're about to shut out Team 2, so I'd say maybe 50-50 on land, 100% in the water side of things. So probably overall, probably 60-40 in favor of the northern team of Team 1. But of course, this Navy can only do so much. It can probably hit, I mean, probably about here. We do have the bases back here for both Mr. Beast and Wuka. That would be perfectly fine. Maybe a missile ship could launch and get there. I don't see a missile ship there. That's hard to judge the range. But maybe it could get there. Advanced range coming online here for Zoom. Going to be a nice little Aeon Sniper Commander here pretty shortly. And Wi-Fi just doesn't care. Just going to send his comm forward into some Utashalas. I almost said tickle cannons, but Pepe's was a Seraphim player, not a Cybern player, because Testo is on the eastern side. But Wi-Fi is going to push forward. He has stealth on board. Team 1 does have a radar, but they just can't see him. He's sitting right outside of vision. So unless they had a Omni online, they just can't see him. We do see some interceptors over top. Just laser Wi-Fi's face. He takes out one of those PD. Oh, there's more units inbound, more shots inbound. Wi-Fi falling very, very close into the red. There he goes, actually. Tries to get underneath shield coverage. Does get under it. Lots of AA flak in the area. And those Utashalas will be able to at least force back this army here from Wi-Fi and from, well, Mr. Beast and Wi-Fi's there too. Wi-Fi took some serious damage. There are some gunships nearby here for Team 1. That could be an easy kill. We do see some interceptors and a transport nearby. Transport can't pick him up, but can deliver at least some units to that side of the map. Now gunship rating going on the way here for Team 1. Going after all of those P-gens and structures here for Zoom. Zoom just suffering this game. He's been the main, like, attack, not vector, but just the recipient of a lot of the damage here. He's not dead yet, just because at some point most players die in a game. But and just all these mechs is constantly having to rebuild his base. Lost Navy just is really suffering this game. Team 1 hammering at Navy home, saying, "This is ours. you're not going to take it away from us. And there's a lot of destroyers sitting in that bay. I feel like some torp bombers would definitely be useful to taking that group of units out. Even maybe just a strat bomber because of how closely packed they are. Getting a nice little AoE on top of that. We do see Wi-Fi retreating. He's going to walk all the way home. Hopefully he doesn't get sniped on the way home. That would definitely be disappointing for him. And now Team 2 really suffering in the eco side of things. Team 1 at 500 plus mass income. Team 2 barely cresting 400. Not even. So Team 1 definitely going to be the favorite in terms of mass income to win. Let me know down in the comments if you think Team 1 has it in the bag or Team 2 can come back. Of course, thank you so much for watching to this point in the video. Please like and subscribe. And, of course, share this video with anyone, everyone, and especially your pets. Nano coming online here for Wi-Fi to rep up those hit points. Looks like it might be another assault for the western side here for Team 2. Lots of flak and lots of shields. We do see Mr. Beast going to push forward with his commander. More Uthashalas are being built. That's a lot of them. I don't know if they'll be able to essentially one-shot the commander of Mr. Beast, but he's going to take some hit points to the face. There he goes, and he is suffering. He should probably fall back. There he goes. That base is pretty impenetrable just due to all of those T2 PD. We do see a couple of Percys online. They're now in range to target the PD, and now the comm is being focused by gunships. What gunships? Mr. Beast has dropped into the red, sub 4,000 hit points. More units flocking to this side of the map here from both teams. Of course, those Percys being the main target of the Uthashalas. Lots of Riptides in the mix. This army is dead here for Mr. Beast. He needs to retreat immediately. Team 1's Lincoln being very, very turtley over here to try to just hold off Team 2. And even the units getting underneath the shield can't even just take out all the PD. And I feel like Lincoln's idea, Pepe's too, was just kind of build a shield base with just a bunch of PD and call it good. And have a nice day. Team 2 is essentially what it is. Low 12k mass. Yep. That's essentially a 12k mass dump here for Team 1 to scoop up. We don't see the same sort of aggressive play outbound here from Team 1 on this eastern side, being very defensive. And, you know, they're getting their eco very, very nice and plump, as it would be. They're 150 mass more than Team 2. And now we see those destroyers running around this bay, or running around this lake, I should say, just attacking all of Team 2's supply lines and frontline mexes and all of that. We do see Zoom going to try to make a play again for these mexes, but of course there are some Wagners nearby here for Terstos to say, no, can't have those. Those are, well, they're not yours, and I don't have the, it wouldn't be worth it to invest, so they're not mine either, but they can't be yours. We do see a Wagner back here, almost destroyed, has 63 hit points left, but again, even at 1 hit point, it can do 100% of its damage. All Team 2 has to do is just divert a bomber over there, and that's it. Even if it was a Jester, it would be able to be enough. But this Wagner going to get a ton of worth out of it. Going to kill off 2 T2 mexes here down here and just kind of snip at Mr. Beast's eco. We do see Tesla now in the water, going to almost climb to the beach head and establish a nice little frontline position there. And look at this. Look how far Team 2 has been pushed back now. Lots of Riptides and now some T3 Lightning Tanks online here for Lincoln, being able to hold off any sort of air that Team 2 has. Team 1, I mean, I don't know if they have the air. 46 versus 36, so Team 1 does favor it, but they're being constantly raided by Team 1. They just cannot seem to plug any hole. Once they plug 1, 2 more pop up. It's like a ship sinking. You can only do so much before the ship just completely sinks. Give T3 for Wi-Fi. Oh, T3 engineer. That's what he's talking about. Indy's here. Is what? Oh, just talking about their building TMD. Which, I mean, that's fine. They're not really going to do anything. It's TMD. It's not like he's building PD. Oh, he is building a Aloha tactical missile launcher, so that is something. But there are defenses in the base. At least I thought I saw one. Yep, there's one right here. And there's another couple of them right here. So that TML is going to do nothing, at least if it goes after Lincoln's base over there to the west. And still only one naval facility on, well, one main naval player on the side of the map here for Team 1. Team 2, again, completely locked out. There's no way they're going to come back in now unless they secretly build one here. But now we see Testo now investing in this position. Going to go after a T1 PD just to protect himself there. Now he's being the aggressive one here on this game. We do see, of course, both of the 2300s just sitting over here to the west, kind of just hanging out. I don't know if that's really worth their time. They should be going after Blenkin. They should be going after something else. But, of course, Strop bombers could easily just annihilate them. They don't want to sit in the water too long because of Tort bombers and all of the other units in the water. So they're really kind of, you know, stuck with what they can do. We do see Zoom hanging out with his shields. He does have the speed and advanced range. He's going to go straight after Testo. Testo goes, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to go for my Team 1 mixes and call it a day. He does know where the comm is. And he definitely is aware of, okay, I probably should retreat. He's an Aeon, probably has the advanced range, and he'll call it a day. Team 1 at 900 mass income. Team 2 at 750. So about the same spread between both the teams. But, of course, the longer this goes on for both teams, the easier it is for Team 1 to win. Just in the sense of you have more mass, you have more options. More options equals more chances to win. More chances to win equals higher percent chance of winning. But, of course, mass isn't the only thing that can lead to a victory, but it does definitely play a role, especially in these types of games where you have very hamstringed with how many mexes you can have. If you lose half your mexes or lose like 6 or 7 mexes, that could be half of them. It really just essentially lock a player out. We do see Wi-Fi now under control of the facilities in the east here, which Mr. Beast had. Because I think he had, oh, I did feel like he had those. Those look like he's fighting back in his. I love how there's a T3 Omni right here. It's going to get annihilated by this brick wall. But it's just, oh, actually it's Team 1's, not Team 2's. This is what happens when you have two players with very similar color schemes on opposite sides of the map. You think this is, I was like, why is this here? And then realize, oh, that's Smithers, that's right. We see another player from Team 1, speaking of, Smithers, now crossing the lake and now coming into this side of the map to use his missile launcher comm. Of course, we saw a couple days ago, maybe it was yesterday, I can remember, the days kind of blur together, of how dangerous missile commanders can be. And this one doesn't have a Billy Nuke, but, you know, missile is better than nothing. Team 2 probably does not have TMD. They have one right here. They don't really have a whole lot. I feel like Zoom is going to be the recipient of all that firepower once again. And now Team 1 is forcing their way forward with that mobile brick wall of theirs. Team 2 is unprepared for this. They need more defenses online, which they are getting as we speak. Tons of bricks among this. Yep, there are a ton of them. They probably weigh at least a ton at a minimum. And I don't know where these ASF are going. Looks like it's going to be an nice engagement here for Team 2's Wuka. Yeah, it's a nice engagement. I don't really know what was going on there. Wow, that's a lot of ASF skill. Look at that. Just still going after them. There's not a lot of AA. There's only T1 right here. Nice strategic missile launcher. It's underneath the shield, but there's not really a lot of AA protecting it. I don't understand what happened there. I don't know if there was a misclick. I don't know if you're trying to lure him into a trap, but Team 2's Wuka is getting tons of value out of this move. He now has air control at a minimum. 57 versus 2. Yeah, that's air dominance right now. That is huge for Team 2. They need torpedo launcher bombers immediately, or torp bombers. They could target Smithers here. He's going for a very aggressive flak right there just to protect himself. He does kind of sense the danger. We need some cruisers air loss, says Pepe's. He's going for the... Is that an Omen? No, maybe that's an Omen. Let's take a look at it. We have a second. I think that's an Omen. Yeah, that's an... no, that's a Torrent class. That is... He's going for those missile ships, long-range ships that just do devastating amounts of damage here in the game. They are Aeon exclusive. Something in Russian. Don't know what that says, but possibly somebody will translate for me at some point. Lots of PD online here. Some Ravages as well. We have Mr. Beast. Unfortunately, isn't the best positioned because there's kind of a mountain in the way. And if Team 1's Lincoln were to attack, the best avenue would be actually go south and then left or west and then back southeast. And it would essentially block most of the line of sight for those PD. Definitely not the best placement there. Chrono Dampener coming online here for Zoom. Don't know why he's going for that, but we'll see. And we do see some of his Blazes online going for those flak emplacements. Definitely not going to last very long there. Wi-Fi builds an experimental in the east, I would assume. Looks like he's actually... Oh, I see what happened. So Wi-Fi gifted over his base to Mr. Beast, and then Mr. Beast in turn gave the base in the east from Shalongas over to him. And there's a chicken online here for Wi-Fi. He's going to stand strong in defense mode. And now Team 1, 1.4, 1.3 mass income. Team 2, probably 1.15, 1.1, 1.2 actually. So about the 100, 150 mass income disparity. Really stayed about even. Both teams ecoing at the same rates. Team 1's just a little bit farther ahead just due to the map control on the eastern side. And Team 2 not investing as much. They're investing some, but not as much. We do see missile ships going after Zoom. Look how far those missile ships can shoot from. As I was talking about earlier, that is a... Well, okay, so if this ship was right here, it could hit essentially everything. And if the ship was here, it would be able to hit everything. So essentially the only base that might be safe is Mr. Beast in the southwestern corner. That's it. Those missile ships, they come online, and that could be devastating. But Tort bombers are inbound here from Team 2's air player, and I know where they're going for, right for that missile ship. Bombers have reached their targets and are dropping payloads. Those missile ships are dead in the water. We do have some cruisers coming online here now. Attack the cruisers. I know you want to go after the Torrent class just to kill it off, but attack the cruiser, attack the AA as well. There goes the second Torrent class. Oh, that's gotta hurt from Team 1. He invested all that mass. But Zoom gets killed off by a Monkey Lord in his base. He received a lot of firepower, and now it's going to be a 4v3 in favor of Team 1. Chicken will come to the west. All of those units he was prepping for defense just went west instead of south, and it will net Team 1 a kill. And now the Brick and Monkey Lord army will be decimated by the chicken. For some reason, somehow a chicken could beat a monkey. I guess there's some joke in there. Don't know what it is, but there's probably a joke in there somewhere. We do see T3 Naval online here for Team 2's Mr. Beast. Trying to get out those Neptunes. Definitely the unit I would choose, just due to the fact they're very, very good at taking out T1 and T2 naval units, but needs to keep the T3 naval headquarters online. Torp bombers all over the top going after those destroyers. I think it's going to be enough. We even see some artillery firing into this bay as well, or this position. Oh, naval facilities losing more hit points. Oh, it's gonna be a little bit close. If the Neptune can finish, it might be the difference between Team 2 staying in the Navy or not. Gunships coming online to delay the incoming threat here, and they're getting rid of all of those cruisers. Another missile ship online, and now a Colossus also online here for Team 1. We do see the chicken in the bay here, just trying to cross, being shot up by some torpedo-capable bricks. And that facility is still online. It's about to produce its first Neptune. And Team 2 is fighting back in the Navy. Kind of surprised. I feel like Team 1 essentially locked it down. Chicken poking its head out of the water, trying to take out all these units. Bricks either ignoring it or trying to shoot at it. I don't understand what's going on. Can they not shoot at the chicken that has half of its body out of the water? I don't... Oh, well, there's a megalith inbound, so that's a thing. And that megalith, it's... Oh, now they're firing. That's very weird. I don't know if they were on hold fire or something, but they were definitely in range the entire time and just not firing at it. Missile ships launching another volley once again, going after T2 Mechs. Team 2 needs those TMD online. Gunships not going after it. Most of those bombers have been destroyed, and now it's just gunships. Got to get all of the gunships in range It does look like those Stingers might be enough to deal with this another Torrent class. Oh, no. Not moving it. Got to move with the rest of them in range. Would have killed it off, not instantly, but almost instantly. That Torrent class might be... Oh. Oh, 70 hit points. That's got to hurt. Had all the gunships been in range, that missile ship would be down. Team 2 now going to be scrambling to get some Team D online. Still in the western side, Mr. Beast holding strong. Tactical nuke almost online here for Lenkin. And that Neptune is online. Second one online as well. He needs to get them in range and start taking out the Navy here from Team 1 to have an impact. You can see just missile after missile after missile just raining down on the Team 2's position. Team 1 at 1.7k income. Team 1 at 1.4. We see a Megalith and a Galactic Colossus gifted over from Dimitri against one chicken. Sorry, 2 chickens. So 2 chickens. No, 3 chickens. Excuse me, 3 chickens. They keep multiplying. They're like rabbits. They keep multiplying. And again, it's 3v4. And we do see some volcanoes coming online. There's only so much volcanoes can do. And in this scenario, with only one... Oh, it's dead. Never mind. I was like, there's one... Torrent class online. It's dead. We do see the Neptunes being attacked by some Natha fighter bombers out now from Lenkin. That Neptune is dead. Probably should attack the one that's almost dead. Not attack the one that's... Could have probably killed the one off that was almost dead. But those gunships eviscerated by the ASF here from Team 2's Wuka. Team 1 definitely got back in the air game. They're sitting at 113 versus Wuka's 115, so very much caught up. We do see Battleship online, and that Neptune is dead. Unless it moves, it's dead anyway. The AoE kills it off. We do see a Summit coming online here, as well as another one preparing to be constructed. Team 2 still trying to stay alive in that naval game. Mr. Beast has almost 700 mass income, and Dimitri only has 300. So he can really pump out units if he's given the opportunity. Artillery landing from this position. He's really fanned out this position in the west. Team 1 really... I mean, they can attack it, but it's going to be annoying, especially with the whole pathfinding nonsense that's going on over there. We do see a counterattack happening here from Team 2's Wi-Fi pushing back Testo on this eastern side with 3 chickens. 4 chickens. Again, they keep multiplying. I can't keep track of how many chickens are alive because they just keep, again, multiplying like rabbits. And the Omens are starting to... Or they're outranging the Neptune. Neptune actually needs to get in... Well, the Neptune's barely in range. It needs to get up there. It does do a ton of damage, but it's now 3 battleships versus 1. And I feel like Team 1's investing a lot more. Yes, they are in the Navy. Multiple facilities pumping out Omens. Switching up production from missile ships to... Oh, that was a Billy Nuke. Taking out all of that build power here for Team 2's naval player. That is huge. Billy Defense says Shalongdis needs to get more TMD online. Didn't kill off the T3 land headquarters, but did a number do it. And now ASF's here from Team 1 and Team 2 engaged. Team 1 looking like they have the better engagement in terms of the numbers. But the turns definitely reside here with Wuka. I mean, it looks like Wuka's keeping them a little more tight. And Smithers and a couple of assistants from Lenkin are assisting with that. But it does look like maybe it might be a draw. Looks like it's just going to be a draw. But Team 1, I think, has a slightly more amount. Chickens push forward. 2 of them die. They take out a crab. I don't think that was worth the mass, unfortunately, here for Team... Actually, 3 chickens, excuse me. Yeah, 3 chickens for 1 crab. Not worth the mass, especially when it's in Team 1's front yard. It's actually almost in their door, actually. And Team 2's player of Mr. Beast holding the line, building a bunch of bulwarks to protect his investment in battleship technology. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4 Omens versus 1 Summit now and 1 Neptune. Billy Nuke outbound here from Lenkin. Team 2 needs to find a way to open this game up. Artillery could be a way to do that. We do have a Novak started here for Wuka. And I just don't see anything else from Team 2 that could really fight Team 1 on this. Artillery is almost done here for Tersto. And mass FAF farms here. Secondary air grid here. Novak's coming online as well. Yeah, I don't really see anything that... I mean, both teams are doing exactly the same thing, except Team 1 has an artillery piece, which actually might just make the game, or might bring the game to a close here for Team 1. Off them coming out of the water. Doesn't really kill anything off. Tried to kill off that shield, but didn't get the opportunity. 2 chickens now back online. 2 chickens beat 1 crab. But again, it's heavy mass investment. 3rd chicken is also off the production line. Emissary has been started here by Wi-Fi. Of course, the Emissary is the best Team 3 artillery in the game, in my opinion. And I'm a UEF fanatic over here, and I love the Emissary. It's the secondary pulse of the shot that gets it for me. Because you can do the initial damage, and then you do another pulse, and it does a lot of damage as well. It's just very, very devastating, especially for shield emplacements. Just very, very devastating. But Team 1, I mean, they had Navy early on. They almost got crushed in Navy and then came back with a vengeance. We even see a T3 naval facility online here as well from Lenkin. So Lenkin assisting both in the air and in the Navy, kind of just leaving ground to just kind of hang out. He is going to push maybe a little bit with a chicken. Going to sit on this cliff edge up here. Going to give him the high ground advantage there. But Team 2, I feel like once Navy is gone again, Team 2 is not getting it back, especially with everything that's in the water here for Team 1. We see, again, an Otham here in the east going after that land facility. Will be killed off by that brick and some bouncers that are trying to shoot at it. But I feel like Team 2 dumped a little bit too much mass on Team 1's doorstep, and now they're receiving the pain of that with an disruptor firing at the air grid here for Wuka, trying to diminish their air power. Emissary, of course, is being built as we speak. 2 of the 4 pigeons have been constructed. And then again, probably need to get at least 2 shields, especially with the disruptor online. At least 2 should be fine. But, of course, going for 1,000 of them is not out of the question as well. And look at that summit just being annihilated by those omens. Just devastating here for Team 1. Or, sorry, for Team 2 by Team 1. And I don't see... I mean, they could go for an Atlantis. That could have been a play that they went for. Could have probably tried to build it right here. I feel like that would have been bombed out of existence by torpedo bombers. But it would have at least helped with dealing with the spam that is these Othams. You know, even though Dimitri was producing not as much mass as Mr. Beast, he was funneling all of his economy into Navy, and Mr. Beast probably was not. So probably why he was able to out-eco. And he also produced them as well. Multiple facilities. Ton of spam, all the engineers to scoop up reclaim. Just very, very easy. Easy kill already plus Novaks. Talking about Mr. Beast. Novaks is online here for Lenkin Team 2's. Novaks is also online. And the artillery might have been noticed there by Team 1. Yep, it has been noticed. Actually, no, it's going after the SMD. SMD almost loaded. Team 1 doesn't have a nuke, but it's always nice to take out the SMDs if you wanted to go for said nuke. Again, I don't see any. It could have gone for a water-based nuke from a sub. I don't really see that happening here in this game, just because there's not a lot of water for that sub to hide in. And Team 2 has crumbled. They've lost Navy. They're not getting it back, like I said. They need to find a way to fight back artillery. They're fighting an uphill battle in terms of water. And land is kind of, again, just kind of there. Taft still kind of went, I have enough land. It's fine. You know, we're in the lead. I'm going to just not worry about it. And a second artillery is almost done. Once this comes online, I don't think Team 2 will be able to withstand that for very much longer. Emissary is in the yellow. It's about a little over a third of the way done. Shield, they have T3 artillery. Yet, okay, you've known that for a while, I would assume. Teleporter has been started here for Mr. Beast. He's UEF. I don't know where he's going with that. All the engines going to assist him. He has gun, shield, and now teleporter. I wonder where he's going to go with that. Tele defense, says Pepe's to his teammate of Tersto. He does have laser. That is definitely tele defense for sure. Especially that the incoming Cybern player on Team 2's Wi-Fi would have to shoot through the shielding first. He only has nano. Not going to go for laser at right now. 41 minutes on the clock. Just Team 1 just devastating Team 2. Chickens running in fear of those crabs. Chicken run, essentially, is what's happening here for Team 2. Anybody seen that movie? And then some nice shots of those chickens running away. Wi-Fi just receiving the payload of the artillery. Still, the emissary perfectly fine. I'm very surprised. I feel like Team 1, I mean, they definitely know about it, so I don't know why they're not doing it. Tactical nuke has been started here from Mr. Beast, and he's upgrading that very, very quickly. Satellite over top trying to target him possibly, but all of his mexes are dead, so he's probably only going to get one shot at this. I don't know what he would go for in this instance, just due to the fact that, I mean, we have Dimitri in the water, we have Smithers in the water, we have Lenkin in the water, so that's 3 of the comms. Tersto's over here to the east. He's the only one not in the water, but he does have laser. And of course, Smithers is launching his missiles only at almost 4,000 mass scope, but now we see the artillery is in range. That's the wrong orange player. In range of a decent amount of Team 2's infrastructure. Team 2 suffering. They're just barely producing 1,000 mass. Almost a 2-to-1 game here. Did not mean to push that button. There we go. And that tactical missile is done. He has to teleport sooner rather than later. Will he teleport, or will he just sit there and be shot at by a laser? You'll have to continue to watch out. Emissary does finish. I'm very surprised by that. Very, very surprised that actually got completed. I don't know if Testo is just focused on other things and doesn't notice that, but second emissary has been started. Telebilly says Lincoln. He knows what's going on. He knows the play. It's UEF and he's teleporting. The Team 1's going to be prepared for it. Wonder where he's going. He's going for back here and going to launch a missile over at the air grid. Unfortunately, it's all shield up, so that's not really going to make a whole lot or do a whole lot. Not SMD. Tactical nuclear strategic missile launcher. Wow, I cannot speak right now. The nuke is online. The Billy nuke is outbound. It's not going to pierce the shielding. Doesn't do anything. And that's going to be Team 2's player of Mr. Beast killed off here. You see the Nathas have engaged the target. Mr. Beast trying to teleport out of there, but don't know if he's going to make it. Let's see how many hit points he has left. Oh, no, he's done. He's not getting out of there. Oh, it is close. No, there it goes. Team 2 loses Mr. Beast. It's now a 4v2 in favor of Team 1. And now the emissary is being focused by the artillery. Shielding trying to hold on. Using Seraphim shielding, definitely the best combination of technologies there. Probably needs to get a secondary backup shield just in case. Emissary starting to crack the shields here for Tersto. Oh, nice shot. Going to impact in the middle. Well, that actually takes out some hives as well. Almost kills a P-Gen. A couple more shots might do it. Missile launching constantly here from Team 1. There are lines of volcanoes dealing with that. Emissary is staying online, but again, Team 1 has Navy. They have, I would assume, air for the most part. Land definitely is in favor of Team 2. Of course, they have, don't know what that was doing. Nice hit, says Shalongdis. And Testo going to build some more shielding, but it doesn't matter. Those hives are really going to make it impenetrable. Going to go after the air grid? Looks like he's targeting the air grid now here for Team... Yep, he's targeting the air grid now. See, that would have been a better move. Waiting for the emissary to finish. Waiting for it to take out some shielding. then launch the attack from the Billy Nuke. That would have been a little bit better. But, hindsight and all that 2020 business. I feel like I can speed this game up a little bit just because we kind of know the way it's going. Team 2, just not the cards were stacked against them, but all the cards were over here, and Pesto pressured it. I mean, to be fair, Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi and Mr. Beast did pressure this western side, just it wasn't enough. Shielding is still online. Emissary actually going to cross into the green here pretty shortly, but now we have, I think we saw some missiles launching. Chickens being used. We do see a desync, and this is what I meant by there's no desync issue, because there is a desync, but again, it's the whole, you can kind of see the way the game is going. I love how the defense satellites from Lenkin are being used to take out, I think they're taking out the defenses from Team 2. And there goes the other chicken. 4 of the 5 chickens. Now 5 of the 5 chickens have been destroyed. The emissary is the last remaining hope here for Team 2, and once that's gone, that is it. That is game over. Sayonara, that's all she wrote. Whatever other departing phrase you want to say. And the artillery is still launching. Doesn't fill up any of them. ASFs run in, but now it's a 2v1 scenario here. Chicken moving in. Wuka has accepted his fate. He's going to move in and intercept the chicken himself. Going to maybe try to overcharge it. At least take out some of the hit points. Doesn't matter. Wuka feels the pain. Actually takes out some of the ASF safe from his opponent from Smithers. And we have a shot from an Awasa bomber landing on top of the shielding. Able to crack it just enough. And now we see shots landing a little bit around that. Wi-Fi takes one to the face. It's now a 4v1 in favor of Team 1. And Awasa over the top. Pink on pink violence here. And Wi-Fi might be killed off by that. Yes, he is. He's killed off by the Awasa bomb. And that is game. Team 1 is the victor. And for MVP, it was... honestly, I got to give it to Dimitri. Team 1 gaining control of the Navy, even if they lost it earlier on, gaining it back definitely cemented Team 1 as the victor, just due to the fact that look at all the territory they have influence over. Essentially, almost the entire map, essentially. You can see constantly pressuring. Team 2 almost fought back. Well, they were fighting back. Almost had a comeback, but just got crushed by the production that Team 1 was doing. So I feel like Dimitri deserves MVP of the game. Let me know down in the comments if you felt the same way or not. Please, if you haven't done so already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, share this video with anyone, everyone, and especially, most especially, your pets. And I will see all of you in the next one.